Because I bought Season 2 of Sonic Boom on Blu-ray, I finally got around to watching the actual episode, Knuck Knuck Who's Here, instead of just seeing clips of it. So now I'm going to be able to talk about more good and bad things about it, and correct myself on a few things. Sonic did scold Sticks for having Knuckles drop a barbell on his head. It's just that all he said was, "Sticks, what the heck?" It's not long enough to be memorable. And you would expect him to care enough to scold her more, because obviously that could have killed him and should have injured him further. But everyone in the show is a little apathetic. They don't react strongly enough to stuff. The instant that Knuckles asks who Sonic is, Tails says he might have amnesia. He doesn't really show enough of an emotional response to it. So, I guess that would be the real plot hole. It's not like everyone around him reacted with a strong emotion. What's also stupid is that Knuckles says, "You know I can't count past 3, when I thought he had amnesia. And nobody even lampshades this. And he had no reason to remind them beforehand that he can't count past 3. And it's impossible that he can't count past 3 anyways. Now that I've seen the whole episode, where it's explained that Knuckles wanted to outright move in with and live with somebody so that he could feel like he had a parent, it makes sense now that he ran away and didn't just do that with his friends. He left his friends because they're teenagers, so of course he wouldn't be able to feel like he had parents by living with one of them. And he still talks to Sonic afterwards like they're still friends. So it's not like he literally left his friends. And in retrospect, it does make sense that he moved in with Charlie, because he didn't know he was a villain. When he saw him again, he was told that he ruined his life, but he wasn't told that he was a villain. The real plot hole here is that after he's told that he ruined his life, he doesn't even care. He just says happily, "Oh yeah, how are you doing?" when he's not supposed to be evil. Also, his wife was being nice to him and invited him to live with them, so combine that with Knuckles being desperate for a family to live with, I guess it's believable that he agreed to live with them. Charlie may have made it obvious that he hates him, but she didn't, so he settled for that. It's also explained in the episode why Charlie agrees to let Knuckles spend the night at his house. His wife talked him into it by saying that she could teach him the ways of evil. They're stiltedly self-aware as usual. That plot hole was already in his debut episode. And it turns out it does make sense that Knuckles fought his friends. Charlie's wife had the smart idea to tell him that you can't be with the family unless you're a villain. And the idea was he was desperate enough to feel like he had a family that he agreed to it. The real plot hole is that when Charlie was using Knuckles as a human shield, somehow he told him that they're not family. So of course he makes his mecha let him go. Charlie only lost the fight because he grabbed the idiot ball. I understand him being fed up with him, but he acted disappointed afterwards that Knuckles betrayed him. What did he expect? It's not like he didn't mind that he betrayed him, because he was just glad he wasn't living with him anymore. There's also a lot of good things about the episode that I didn't get to see the first time. Tails hit something at a robot with his wrench, so that's a creative way to fight an enemy. And Sticks has a robot in a net and swings it to throw it at something. Another way the fight looks interesting is that Sonic spins Knuckles around with the Enter Beam. Eggman humanizes himself by planning to use a coupon at a falafel restaurant. It's smart of the old lady to plan to take in Knuckles because she wants a chore slave to pull her in a carriage. At least Knuckles loved playing Mahjong with her. It's smart of her to use Dave as her new chore slave, or try to. So that's why she walked off with him. I kinda chuckled when the Warthog told Knuckles to try another house to adopt him, because I didn't know it was still the same house. Every house looks the same. Knuckles decides to move a boulder for some people. Knuckles gets to fly a kite. I like that Knuckles got to eat popcorn. Charlie and him shared a laugh. And that was after his wife and Knuckles had a laugh. It's good that Belinda puts her hand on Knuckles' head, calling him dear when he cries, because it probably made him feel better. And it's smart of her to say that if Knuckles wants to keep being in her family, he has to be a villain, since it worked.